thousands of years have passed doesn't mean your skin got lighter over time. No, you still carry the darkness of your ancestors, which are from equatorial Africa. And you guys didn't build no mounds, okay? You guys are too lazy to build anything. How many melanated people are construction workers? Not that many, huh? So why'd you get so dark if you've always been here? How did you get that dark? There's not much UV radiation here.
Racism always make everyone look stupid. And your logic when it comes down to American history and pre-American history is completely asinine. You equate black Americans being lazy because they're not construction workers. So your logic is they couldn't have built the mounds because they're not construction workers. Are you on a spectrum? Because I really think you are. But let's go ahead and debunk your racist theories because it's not going to stand. The Racial History of Man by Roland B. Dixon. In the general conclusions on page 479, in stature probably tall, the proto-negroids may be supposed to have been dark brown in skin color with strongly curly or frizzly hair, which means this is the afro. Among those who remained within the tropical environment, the pigmentation was intensified. The hair became increasingly woolly, so that the negroid peoples today, which is me and various other black people around the world, may be regarded as much blacker and with hair much woollier than their remote ancestors of 30 to 40,000 years ago. So what we just went over is Roland B. Dixon, which is a renowned anthropologist from Harvard University, and he worked at the Peabody Museum. He basically gave a description of the proto-negroid, and he also stated that the negroids peoples today, which is the black Americans, are the descendants of those people. So now let's get to the mounds. The cranial from these mounds are furthermore of two periods, one contemporary with the erection of the mounds, the other later and intrusive. Although the number of cranial complete enough for determining the types is small, it seems possible to reach the following conclusions. First, that the builders of the mounds were people among the dolichocephalic factors, were in large majority. Second, these were mainly of the proto-australoid and proto-negroid types, and thus show affiliation with the Iroquois and southern Algonquin tribes. You hear that? We even got some of the indigenous tribes of America that is originally described as proto-australoid and proto-negroid, not Native American, not Mexican, not Siberian, and not Eskimo. And third, that the intrusive burials of a latter date, which means somebody buried themselves on the top of the mound, not the base of the mound. So imagine somebody walking to a mound and they buried their ancestors on the top of the mound. Well, the bottom of the mound will show a different set of people. So pretty much your people claimed our lands even though they know they wasn't over there. Really, y'all just colonized our land. Let's go ahead and continue though. And later it shows an even larger proportion of long-headed elements, some of which are, however, leptorine, thus differentiating them from the earlier cranium, among whom the narrow-nosed long-headed factors were practically absent. So according to Dr. Roland B. Dixon, you Native Americans, Siberians, or how you say Mexicans or whatever, you came to the real indigenous people ancestral lands, walked on top of the mound and buried your people on top of the mound. Knowingly, you didn't build those mounds. They was already here. So how dare you disrespect the real indigenous people of this land? Dr. Roland B. Dixon stated that it wasn't you Native Americans. It was the proto-negroids and proto-australoids that was the real indigenous people of those mounds, the real mound builders. Early Holocene human skeletal remains from the Sumadoro Cave, Lagoa Santa, Brazil. History of discoveries, geological and craniological context, and comparative cranial morphology. In this work, we present new evidence supporting the idea that the first Americans were very distinct from late and recent Native Americans and Asians in terms of cranial morphology. The study is based on 30 early Holocene specimens recovered from the Sumadoro Cave, Lagoa Santa region, central Brazil, by Peter Lorne in 1843. Sumadoro is the largest known collection of Paleo-Indian skulls deriving from a single site. 6 different multivariate statistical methods were applied to assess the morphology affinities of the Sumadoro skulls in comparison to Howell's worldwide extinct series and late archaic Brazilian series. The result shows a clear association between the Sumadoro and Australoid Melanesians, and none with late Asian American series. So you know what that means? That means the Native American today couldn't possibly be the Paleo-Indian. It was the Australoid Melanesian types, the Proto-Negroid, the Proto-Australoid. These results are in accordance with those of previous studies of final Pleistocene and early Holocene human skulls from South, Central, and North America, attesting to colonization of the New World by at least two different succeeding biological populations. An early one with a cranial morphology similar to that found today in where? Africa and Australian continents, and later one with a morphology similar to that found today among Northeastern Asians. Did you understand it? I hope I made it very simple so everyone can understand it. Modern Native Americans are colonizers. They colonized North America, South America, the Caribbeans. They colonized it. They came to the land and they buried their ancestors on the top of the mounds. The first people that was here was the Proto-Negroid, the Proto-Australoid people that have a bare resemblance to Africans and Australoid people. Not saying that they are those people, but they look like those people. So guess what? That means the population of black people that was found in America is its own people. They're not Australians, they're not Africans. We are those people, the Black Americans.